Good afternoon. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt, and I am a member of the American Orthodontic Society, and board certified. And I've got a nice idea here for restoring teeth. And I'm going to call it Restorative Dentistry by Orthodontics, and that's the name I'm just going to give it, and it really works good where you've got some extra teeth at the back of the mouth. Don't throw them away, use them. And we're going to go through one case here, just real short, and this will be a very short video. And here's some of the things. This is the most economical way by far. I mean, several $1,000s it would save you to restore your teeth while you're doing orthodontics. And it is by far the best way to restore your teeth. And this is really not being taught as I would like for it to be in the universities. In fact, some of the universities just don't teach it because it takes a little longer to do, or they just don't want to work that hard to complete the case. In other words, it's simpler for them just to take somebody whose tooth is bad, or just send them on down to somebody else, and they'll do an implant on them. Well, an implant costs somebody. The time they do the implant, if they have to spread the bone and do a bunch of freeze-dried bone in there and work on it like that, sometimes the implants, to the time you get them crowned and everything, will run you over $3,000 just to get one tooth restored, see? And you can restore, in this case, we're going to restore 3 teeth, and do it just about as fast as you would do the orthodontics in there. So it really has some good points, but we're going to have to look at orthodontics in some different ways than we've done this in the past. I think we were doing this. I've got some cases we did 45 years ago, that was that. And it saves these bridges. It just takes a little longer to do the case. It requires having extra available teeth at the back of the mouth, as wisdom teeth, or something to fill in the gap, You'd have to have that. Now, there are many other uses for this. We're going to really get on this and show different ways of doing it. Now, okay, we're just going to jump right in the middle of this case, and I'll show you the Panorex right after we had the teeth removed. Really, it is far better to have your braces or bands and everything on your teeth when you go in to do the extraction, because you'd like to start the case the same day that you extract the teeth. Now that sounds a little bad, but you can stop the bleeding if you have all the stuff on the teeth to start with. You see, all you have to do then, you'd have to start sliding this tooth forward here, and you'd slide this forward. Now we're going to pull this back and this back. Both of these will go back, and this both will go forward to close this side of the mouth. But over here, we've got a good class 1 relation right in here, and we want to keep it that way, so we're going to put a tad in the cortical bone out to the side of the tooth, and then bond it to this. And I was thinking a very small tad, and they came up with the tad to put in. We had to use was just a big old thing, I don't like that. And it is possible to keep this tooth there if you put 2 real small tads, one on each side in the proximal space, just on the other side of the tooth, and then wire the tooth to those, then you could get right up against it if you really wanted to. In other words, you could bring the other tooth right up against the thing if you did it that way. Here we have to stop out here a ways and then use some clasp to elastic to finish the sliding the tooth forward into the class 1 relation. Now this tooth here, people will look at it and say, oh, you can't do that, you can start moving this tooth forward, and you can put something up here that just open a little bit and pull this tooth underneath there, and then this tooth would end up being right around in this area right here, and this tooth here will fit right into this spot right there. And we don't want this to go back, so we're going to put a tad there in the bone to do that. And you can kind of follow. I'll show you a little bit of the orthodontic part where you get the brackets and all that stuff. Alright, so we move this forward. As it came, it kind of tipped a little, you see. And as it tipped, it opened the bite, and then you could pull this tooth in. And I don't think we put anything on top of it. Now that tooth is up that far already. And let me go back and see where, you see where the tooth was? And now, see where it has gone to. Now you've got it made as far as going. Now close this up, and we'll close these, and close this, and then I'll see, we'll have to come in and put this ungodly tad. And the price of them is absolutely ridiculous. It charges $50, $60, $70, $80 for one little screw. I can buy a whole box of excellent screws at the hardware store. They just don't, we don't advise us to use them. But that's a shame that we have to pay that kind of price for a little kind of a deal to slip in there and hold it. It holds on to the particle of the hard bone and won't let the teeth move. Okay, we're going here to another. Now here's the size of the tads. It looks like it's almost as big as the blooming bicuspid that is holding it in place. So anyway, we used the tad and it held the teeth. Now it's on to the buckle, so this tooth came on up in here, something like that. And then we had to take the tad out and finish the journey by using the class 2 elastic. But we got it in there, and we got it in a good class 1 relation anyway. So, but we should have a bigger selection of tads. We should use some real tiny ones, really be better off. And alright, we'll continue to do that. Now here that tad is in the mouth, you see, we got in the cortical bone and some bonding material around that tooth to hold it. Now when this tooth gets up here and bumps this, we're going to have to take the tad out, and then we'll finish the journey with class 2 elastic. Over here, we're running kind of late short on closing the space on the left side of the mouth. That's where we have this ridiculous tab. Okay, now here is a picture where we've got this one virtually together, and we've got this wire activation here where we're pulling into the wire, and I'll get some replies back from people wanting to know exactly how on earth you do the wire to make the teeth, make this flatten out and the roots come forward on this. But this little loop we got in that wire, everybody ought to know how to bend one of those. It fools a lot of people. I'm going to just go on here for a few minutes and just make a white sheet, and you can take a wire like this and you go down, and now you make your loop for every 1 or 2 loops, and you come back and you come around, you go down. If you're making it on both sides, now that's not a very good picture. You come off like this. Now you activate that thing something like that, you see. So when you put it, now this needs to be right about the center between the 2 teeth, you see. And you can wire through it. Now when you put it in the brackets, maybe the teeth are going up this way, then this wire is activated up here. It's pushing down in this fashion, and that will bring the roots forward with the crown. Now if the roots get ahead of the crown, you've got too much of this bend. If the roots go behind, then you have to have more of this torque on there, or you have to slack off on the way you're pulling this. Now usually we can run wire through this loop and go around the end where you've got, say, a couple of teeth that are fitting in here, and this wire is going through this like this, and comes out, and you got a space in here, so it goes down, circles around like this, and then it goes around the mouth. But this piece right here would be going down in this direction, and when you put it in there, this part is down like that. You raise it up, but this is pulling the roots of these teeth in a forward direction, keeping them kind of up with the crowns of the teeth as they go. And if you just get up here and you've just got a molar tooth or something, or any kind of tooth and sitting in there, and you pull on it and go in that direction, it'll rotate somewhere around in here, and it'll lean over. This part will lean this direction, and these roots will go back in this direction. And you definitely don't want that to happen. You want this thing to go forward in a parallel manner, so you activate this wire right there, and it brings these teeth forward. I hope this explains or helps explain that to people that are asking for more explanation on that type of thing. Alright, so we've got that going in this tooth right here, and we also use the flash to elastic. Finish that, and let's see. Okay, here it is pretty well closed up right now, and okay, here we've finished the case, and this young lady has a beautiful set of teeth, and I will almost guarantee you that 9 out of 10 dentists that you'll go to will think these are the 6-year molars, these are the second molars, and somebody has extracted the wisdom teeth. And I would much, much rather have this than have an implant. If you put 3 implants on this case, you're going to be talking around $10,000, you know. And then you still have to do orthodontics, you see, to really finish the case out. So you'd have an orthodontic fee, then you'd have to extract some wisdom teeth, because you wouldn't have room enough. So the savings of doing this orthodontic restorative work is great, and this ought to be taught in the universities, and our members of our AOS, the instructors in that, we're teaching them to do this, and many of them have been doing this for years. We did some cases like this 45 or something years ago, and it works wonderfully well. And so I would like for you to really go over this thing. Looking at the front, we're looking at an angle, and the midline shows to be off there, but that's no big big deal when we look at it from the other side. It looks like it's off that way too. But this is sucked in, and now this is where the tad was, you see. It was down in here to keep these teeth where they are, and we finish this out with some class 2 elastic here, and help finish it up. And that's a case that 3 gaps were closed and put good teeth back in there where there were some pretty sore teeth. One of them was really eating out into the nerves, is really involved. So anyway, the person would have had to throw away their wisdom teeth and then kept these teeth. And that would have cost many, many times what this cost. This is the whole orthodontic fee. Wasn't anything like it would be if they'd done now you can look at it. That's the upper arch there. There's the lower arch. You've got it. These are second molars, and they're almost a little space in there. I didn't mean to put an X on that one down there. We're not going to take them out. And this is your wisdom tooth. And that's a whale of a lot better. And this young lady is something that she could afford to do. And we've got her own teeth in there. And she's happy as a lark about it, you know. And we extracted those 6-year molars, and the profile is pretty doggone good. I mean, that didn't dish your face in. This is good. Now, the one that we didn't do had been lost a long time when she was real young, and the second molar was up against the other, and we straightened it up, of course, and lined it up in there. And I think this is that video that we saw back there before, where we're pushing these teeth down and bringing these roots forward, and this will level this arch out kind of like that. This will go down a little bit doing that. So hope you see this and learn from it, and it is worthwhile. Let's get it going all over the world, that you can restore gaps and bad teeth in your mouth. If you've got some teeth behind there that you don't have room for, you can virtually always pull those teeth up into place if the people just learn how to do it. So I'm going to say goodbye. We've spent, looks like 18 or 19 minutes. That's longer than I intended. So I'll say thank you very much, and I hope this really takes on. It's orthodontic restorative work in here. Bye-bye. We'll see you later.